By now, y'all should know the motto: anybody can get got. I don't care who you are. I don't care what team you play for. I don't care what your name is. Eventually, the top dogs will fall. And today, South Carolina lost for the first time in well over a year. Guys, the last time South Carolina lost in a women's basketball game was in the Final Four when they lost to Iowa in 2023. Now, that game was on March the 31st, 2023. We are now November the 24th, 2024. It has been 604 days since South Carolina lost. And since then, they didn't lose. They went undefeated all last year, won the national championship game. They were just the best. But it is a new day. Teams have gotten better, and South Carolina lays an egg today. Now let's get into this game. We saw UCLA, the number 5 team in the country, which that's not going to last very long. They're definitely jumping up there. UCLA at Pauley Pavilion at home was going to take on South Carolina today. Now, South Carolina is a team that, they're a formidable foe, right? A lot of teams don't want to face South Carolina. But Corey Close was like, you know what? We about to give ourselves this challenge. We have never beaten a number 1 team in the country before. Never as a program have they done that. And she was like, you know what? We're going to try to make today. We got some new transfers that came in. We and Tamia Gardner and Janiah Barker. We got some new freshmen that came in, specifically the Finnish player who was absolutely fantastic, Elina Arnasalo. I keep pronouncing her name wrong, but Elise Arnasalo, fantastic. And Chloe was like, you know what, we got this, and they got it, guys. Final score in this game: 77 UCLA, 62 South Carolina. Guys, let's break down this game. From the start of the game, UCLA was on their front foot and went out the gate roaring. Now, it was a slow start to this game for both teams. For both teams, a very slow start. It took like 3 minutes into the game for somebody to finally score. Like it was rough. It was rough to start this game. And I was like, oh, okay. Like nobody could really hit anything. And the Finnish freshman, Arnasalo, she made the first bucket. And the floodgates started opening for UCLA. We saw great shots being taken. We saw this team play methodical basketball. It wasn't like, last year I felt sometimes UCLA was just playing. They were just out there just playing. They didn't really have that much of a strategy. But I saw a lot of, now guys, let me know in the chat what y'all think about this comparison. I saw a lot of last year's South Carolina team in UCLA this year. In this game, it felt like I was kind of watching South Carolina from last year when it came to UCLA. The reason why, because you have Lauren Betts, who definitely your best player, big woman, she changes everything. That's basically Camila Cardoso last year. And how the focus on the post play opened stuff up everywhere else. That's what happened today. We saw Lauren Betts get a lot of attention in today's game. And I thought she played really well. Ultimately, Lauren Betts ended up only having 11 points in this game, but she was pretty efficient with it. 11 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks. Even guys, in that first half, I believe, it was 2 massive blocks on Chloe Kitts. Guys, it was so funny. Chloe initially, for the first block, Chloe thought she had I think it was like a short mid-range jumper, and Lauren Betts did like the 2-handed volleyball smackdown of that one. And then there was another time where Chloe thought she was about to get a layup right at the basket, and Lauren Betts came out of nowhere. Block. You denied. Lauren Betts was so impactful in this game. Yes, she only has 11 points, but her impact, way better than 11 points. Way better than 11 points. There were several rebounds that UCLA ended up getting, primarily because of Lauren Betts. Lauren Betts is tall. She's 6'7". You can't teach height. Again, similarities. I'm telling y'all, similarities with Camila Cardoso. And there were times where Lauren could not get the rebound, but what did she do? Tap, 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 tap. Get it. Eventually, it floats over to one of the shorties, one of the guards, and they're able to get the offensive rebound. So many great opportunities for UCLA was caused by Lauren Betts. It was caused by the South Carolina Gamecocks having to overhelp on her, having to swarm a little bit, which left guards open. It left guards open like London Jones, guys. London Jones, fire. She's 5 of 5 from the 3-point line. Ended up with 15 points in this game. Now, when I was watching this game, I was thinking in my head, y'all know that song, London Bridge is falling down. I was in my head, I was like, London Jones is draining threes. London Jones is draining threes, and South Carolina is awful. Like that was what was floating in my head. I was like, don't hit him again with another 3, London Jones. Don't hit him again. Y'all, she got a mask on, and supposedly they said she had the mask custom fitted to her. And that mask, hey, girl, you better, even after your weeks are over of wearing that mask, you better keep that mask on, because, man, London Jones was fire. 5 of 5 from the 3. And we all know that London Jones is a left-handed assassin when it comes to 3-point line. Like, she can make stuff happen when it comes to 3-point shots, but y'all, she was on another level today. And partially, some of those shots were wide open. You want to know why? Because South Carolina was focusing on the post. You know, there were times where it wasn't just London Jones, but there were times where there would be so much focus on like what's happening down low with Lauren Betts that it would leave the guards open. Yes, Tamia Gardner, she only hit one 3-pointer shot, but I think the 3-point shot that she hit was off of a Lauren Betts pass, because Lauren Betts gets the basketball in the post. Everybody's looking at her on defense. What does she do? She turns her shoulder. Tamia Gardner's on the opposite end. Doom, dish the pass, drain it. Like that, like fantastic spacing in the entire game. Fantastic spacing for UCLA. Like when I was watching this game, I was like, man, Corey Close. Ooh, what a good job scheming. Like, whoa. The way this team was spaced out, the way that they played off of each other, it was so great. I was like, man, yeah, this team, UCLA, fire. And if y'all didn't watch this game, watch the game, because my commentary is not doing this game justice. There were so many good things that UCLA did. Dugalich didn't, she was impactful, but didn't have to score that much, right? Kiki Rice made some stuff happen. She was pretty efficient from the field, but she didn't have to do too much. She didn't have to jack up shots. It wasn't necessary. They all played within themselves. Like, it was very clear that UCLA was like, you know what? We're playing through Lauren. And if we can't get Lauren Betts the ball, we're going to swing. Somebody's going to get open. We're going to cut. We're going to make good decisions, and we're going to pass the basketball. So many good sets. And even when they missed, they would get the offensive rebound. Guys, 14 offensive rebounds for UCLA. Yes, South Carolina does have more offensive rebounds ultimately in this game. They have 16. But at key moments, UCLA extended plays, by getting the offensive rebound, getting the ball to the right person, and watching them score. It was all about Lauren Betts making stuff happen down low. She even got a long mid-range jumper in there. I was like, okay, I see you, Lauren Betts. You're trying to show people that you can stretch the floor a little bit. Janiyah Barker was phenomenal today. Janiyah Barker is one of those players that she either looks like a first-round draft pick at times. Like at times I'm like, ooh, Janiyah Barker, let's go, girl. And at other times she doesn't. Today, Janiyah Barker was on. I think it is a smart decision for Corey, I should say, for Corey Close to have Janiyah Barker come off the bench. I think it brought a huge spark to this team. She ultimately did finish the game for UCLA, but it was her defensive intensity. It was her movement on the offensive end. Yes, Janiyah only ended up with 8 points. Yes, only 8 points in this game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. But her impact was huge. She did get a couple turnovers, so you got to take care of the ball a little bit more. But her just being available on both the offensive and defensive end, just the way she made an impact. She was a big impact, way bigger than what the box score actually shows. So yeah, fantastic play from her. Hawkes, awesome play for her. London Jones was fantastic. This was a team effort. That's what it was. This UCLA team, this is the best game I've seen all year. Like, to start the season, I was looking at UCLA a little bit suspect to begin the season this year. But they are healthy and they look good. They look good, guys. Now let's talk about the team they took down. They took down South Carolina. South Carolina scored 62 points in this game. They're usually averaging around 80 points. So far this season, they've been averaging around 80 points. 62 points in this game. And a significant amount of those points was in garbage minutes in the fourth quarter. South Carolina never led in this game. Never led. For the number one team in the country. The team that has not lost in 604 days. This team struggles to score. The reason why? 1, they were just off. I don't know what was going on. They were just off. 2, UCLA has some really good defense. UCLA played some really good defense. They frustrated them. Tina Powell and Tessa Johnson was the only real positives for this team. Like, if it wasn't for Tessa Johnson, this would have been a blowout. The starters were doing nothing. It was Tahina, and that was it. Raven Johnson, nothing. Bree Hall, nothing. Sanaya Fagan, I think she did pretty decent on defense, but other than that, nothing. Chloe Kitts, nothing. This team needs their starters to step up. This isn't the first time. We see the starters get to slow starts. This is a thing for South Carolina. They get to slow starts, but usually they almost always pick it up in the second quarter, and they go off in the second quarter and the third quarter. They go off. Today, didn't happen. You end up going to the bench. We see Dawn Staley go to the bench early. We see Tessa Johnson come in the game. She is a huge spark, hitting a couple 3-pointers. She just was able to get to her spots, get to the foul line. She ultimately ended up in the game with 14 points for Tessa Johnson. I thought she was a huge spark. But Malaysia Fulwiley, not impactful at all in this game. Maddie McDaniel, I like Maddie McDaniel. I want to see more. I want to see more from Maddie McDaniel. I thought Maddie gave good minutes for South Carolina. I really did. To be honest with you, I have not focused that much on Maddie McDaniel. Yes, she is a freshman. For y'all who don't know, she's a freshman. But I paid a lot of attention on Joyce Edwards and Adele Tack, and I haven't paid that much attention to Maddie. But Maddie's special. Like, she doesn't have the best game today, but I thought she gave some really, really good minutes for South Carolina. And I could see her, becoming a lot more like that sort of seventh man off the bench, seventh or eighth man off the bench eventually for South Carolina, because yeah, she's good. She has some serious potential. Maddie McDaniel. She ultimately ended up in the game with 4 points, 4 assists for Maddie, and also 2 steals. So that was kind of cool. Joyce Edwards, I thought played fine. I thought she played fine. She did miss a couple of shots. I thought at times she seemed a little bit scared, like her shot was a little bit hurried, a little bit rushed. Mainly because you got Lauren Betts down, looking like she's about to block a shot. That could be a little intimidating. But I thought she played fine. Like, especially for a freshman, I thought she played fine. She ultimately ended up the game with 8 points. Raven Johnson didn't play well. That's why we saw a lot of minutes, in my opinion. That's why we saw a lot of minutes from Maddie McDaniel. Bree Hall, she did have one awesome 3-point shot, but that was about it for the whole game. Sanaya Fagan, again, I thought defensively she did the best. She did the best she could. Her and the rest of the post players, they did the best they could against Lauren Betts, Janiah Barker, and the rest of them girls for UCLA. Chloe Kitts, she couldn't get going. Lots of missed shots from Chloe Kitts. She only made 1 field goal in this game. She had some really good looks and just missed the shot. I mean, that happens sometimes, but yeah, it was a struggle fest. 2 points from Chloe Kitts, 4 for Sanaya Fagan, 3 for Bree Hall, 3 for Raven Johnson, 18 for Tahina Powell. That's your starting lineup right there. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna have an easy route to the championship game if your starters are doing this. Now, for those who are like, who are like this South Carolina sucks and all this other, no. South Carolina still is the favorite to make it to the NCAA championship. And I think that this game is going to help them do that. You learn more from losses than you do from wins. You learn more from failure than you do from success. That is just a thing. And we saw a lot of question marks for this team. A lot of question marks of like, who is going to step up? Who is going to step up and score besides Tahina? Who's going to do it? You need, like, I think this is going to force some serious conversations for Dawn Staley. Maybe even likely force a change in the starting lineup. And this is a good thing. This is not like a thing where, South Carolina, they're done for it. No, it's just one game. But you do learn a lot from this game. We learned that UCLA is a darn good team. A close to complete team. Like Janiah Barker, huge addition to this team. Huge. The Finnish player, freshman, Arna Salo, ooh, she's fantastic. She is fantastic, okay? And yes, Tamia Gardner does not have a great game. She didn't need to. Duga Leach does not have the best game ever. She didn't need to. Because on the bench, you had Hawkes making some noise. You had Janiah Barker making some noise. You had London Jones making some noise. UCLA looks fantastic. South Carolina looked very, very suspect today. Now, they still, in my opinion, gonna make it to the finals, and may even win the championship again this year. This is not like, if y'all South Carolina fans, y'all shouldn't be like, distress, wave the flag, it's over. No, it's not. Y'all gonna be fine. Y'all are going to make a lot of adjustments. Dawn Staley about to get into them players. Oh my goodness. Practice, the next practice is gonna be wild for South Carolina. Like, she's gonna get into them. She's gonna light it into them because they played like trash. Like, South Carolina played trash. Like they played terrible today. And they got. And sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes you need a little kick in the pants to be like, hey, hot stuff. You think you all that, man. You had this long winning streak you've never lost, right? You've never lost at South Carolina? For like a Tahina Pow who transferred in. This is her first loss for South Carolina. You know, for Mylasia Fulwiley, for Tessa Johnson, first loss at South Carolina. Sometimes you need that. You need that to regroup. You need that to be like, you know what? We got to make some adjustments. And it starts right here, and it starts right now. Those are my thoughts about this game. What do y'all think about it? Let me know in the comments below. Man, South Carolina got. What do y'all think? It was a fun game, though. It was a really, really fun game. Guys, games of consequence is so important in women's college basketball, especially early in the season, because it helps teams adjust, make changes. We see two of the top teams in the country lose this weekend. South Carolina lost yesterday to Notre Dame, or not South Carolina. USC Southern California lost to Notre Dame yesterday, and we just saw South Carolina lose to UCLA just now. Y'all, California was the place to be this weekend. And Jason Sudeikis was at both games, which is like wild. This man is everywhere. And he is not just a Liberty and Fever and Iowa fan. Okay, he is expanding his horizons to all these teams for when it comes to women's basketball. Shout out to Jason Sudeikis, man. That's a true supporter. That's a true supporter right there. Anyway, I'll catch y'all in the next one. What y'all think? Let me know in the comments below. Anybody can get my merch. QLSapparel.com. You can get the t-shirt, you can get the sweatshirt. Anybody can get. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.